Hey, good morning, folks. The time is 9:56 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 13th of March, 2025. Now, of course, that's the 14th for our friends on the other side of the world, and it's also Friday for them. Thank God it's Friday, eh, Melbourne? Sorry, folks. Something special about me. But not that good kind of special. I hope you're all doing fantastic this morning. My name's Lee. I'm the guy who started the group. Well, I thought it was funny. You folks, well, I know you're awesome folks. That's what I know. You know why? Because look at this awesome group that you helped me build. And I want to say thank you for that. There's 1,142 members at the moment. As I look at that this morning, that's a nice little number, right? Wouldn't that be a nice village? So let's call us the funniest village on the internet. Population, us. Funny people in a funny place, making people laugh. Cheers, folks. Now, I am ridiculously tired today. I know it's always a woe is Lee situation, isn't it? But I apologize for that. I just want to explain. I'm just super tired today. Worked a hockey game last night, Calgary Flames game. Unfortunately, they lost, but they lost in overtime, so they still got a point, so that's good. But anyways, when I got home, I just couldn't unwind. I don't know. It wasn't a bad night except for the losing, but it wasn't a bad shift at work or anything. I just couldn't relax when I got home, and I was not able to fall asleep until I don't know what time I finally fell asleep actually. But I'm here, folks. A little lethargic or a lot lethargic, but I'm here because I'm not going to skip one of these videos just because I'm tired. Because I told you I'd be here yesterday, right? So here I am. Yeah, once again, I said earlier, I hope you're all doing great today. What am I doing today? I told you I worked a hockey game yesterday. Tonight, working a concert, Nathaniel Ratecliffe. And I have worked a concert a couple of seasons ago, or a couple of years ago, where he was an opening act. And that was a good show, so I'm looking forward to tonight. And hey, he's the headliner. So, I mean, things are good. Look, must be going. And he's the headliner, so I guess things must be working out pretty good for Nathaniel Ratecliffe, because you went from opening act to headliner, so good job. Looking forward to that, actually. Even though I'm not super familiar with the artist, I have, heard him live once. These shows are always fun. Even if it's not music that I listen to, it's still usually a good experience. I'm looking forward to that tonight. Tomorrow, it's another hockey game. Rose said yesterday, I think let me take a look here. What did Rose say? Rose let us know that 2 days ago she was grocery shopping, and yesterday was resting and knitting. Hope we see some new socks. Hope you show off some new socks soon, Rose. And then she's in the evening taking supplies to a dog rescue. Let us know if you ended up adopting a pooch there. And then Rose let us know yesterday that the day before yesterday now was shopping. Yesterday was resting and knitting. Hope we see some new socks from you soon. And that in the evening, yesterday evening, she was going to drop off supplies at a dog rescue. So let us know if you ended up adopting a new dog there, Rose. I'd be really interested in hearing that. So thanks for sharing that. And Melissa Carnahan Melissa Carnahan let us know that she was relaxing and doing some laundry yesterday. So let's hear what you're doing today, folks. I'd love to know what you folks are doing today, and tomorrow, or yesterday. Depends on when you watch it, right? I'd like to get a little bit of feedback from you folks. It also lets me know that folks are actually watching the videos. So let's hear it, folks. What are you doing today? All right, folks, now we got to that portion of the video where we feature two of your posts. Now, today we're featuring two posts from Now, today we're featuring a post from Sue Ocheski and Eve Cusack Seal. I hope I'm saying your name right. I can't be saying your name right. I said it two different ways. But we've got two great posts, folks, and I will show them off right now. We're going to start with Eve's post first. Let me bring that up right now. These just have to make me laugh. I don't have to explain them because you folks are smart. But just in case, for anyone who may not know, this is a reference to Gilligan's Island, the classic TV show. Big part of my childhood was watching the reruns of Gilligan's Island when I was really young. So So it made me laugh, and that's what it takes to get up there. It's just to make me laugh. So thank you very much, Eve. I'm going to drop that down one. The next one is from Sue Cheski. And once again, I don't need to explain a meme to you folks. It just made me laugh because it was funny. So thank you very much, Sue. Thank you very much, Eve, for your posts. Thank you to everybody for your posts. I noticed the queue's starting to fill up a little faster lately, and that's been a good feeling. So yeah, keep sharing your posts, folks. That's what makes us great. And when you find something in our group that makes you laugh, make sure you share it to your page too on Facebook. Don't just copy and paste it. Share it, please. It's a public group. You're not going to have any issues doing that. And it's going to help us grow. It really is going to help because it's going to spread the news about us, right? And speaking of spreading the news, we've got a contest going on right now, folks. And it's pretty low-key because I'm not good at publicizing myself and things, so I apologize for that. But I'm trying to get the group to 2,200 members by April 11th. That's 1 month from when we started the contest. 2,200 members, that's doubling the number of folks in here. That is significant, very significant. But if we can do that, I'm going to draw for a t-shirt for random from all of the members. I'm going to draw and we're going to give away a t-shirt. If you've referred them, ask them to leave a note on our welcome landing page thing. You know, that little welcome place where we want people to leave their hey, I'm new here kind of notes. Tell them to tag you in that, and I'm going to make note of that. I've got a spreadsheet ready to fill up, and at the end, if we do hit those 2,200 members, and we have one member that referred more people, I'm going to also draw for a shirt for them too. So it's going to be a shirt for both of you. So I know I'm not saying that very well today. I'm not talking very clearly. So that's what's going on. We've got a contest. We're trying to double the amount of members in our group in about a month. So by August 11th, we'd like to hit 2,200 members. And if you refer people and they let us know that you referred them, I'm going to make note of that. And the member who's referred the most people will get a shirt also at the end. So we're going to draw for 2 shirts if we hit the 2,200. I'm pretty confident we can do it. The only weak link is myself. I'm not really good at doing at publicizing that and spreading that word. I'm going to try. I know in the video only so many of you are going to see it, but I do want to spread that word. If you get a chance, spread the word too. I'd really love that. Maybe mention it in the group or something like that. I don't know how we spread the word for this, but let's get that going. Get to 2,200 members, folks, in 1 month, and I'm going to draw for 2 shirts. All right, so where are we right now in this video? Well, we've talked about what time it was, at least when I started the video. This video is taking a very long time to get done today, my friends. Then I talked about the date on this side of the world and on the other side of the world. Hello, Melbourne. Then I talked about my day yesterday, hockey game, and which left me tired today, and the fact that I am working the Nathaniel Raycliffe show tonight. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then I asked about your day, so hopefully I'm going to hear from you folks. I did tell you that Rose Glad let us know that the day before yesterday was shopping. Today was resting up, and then later on she was resting up and knitting. Sorry, let's not forget about the knitting. Looking forward to seeing some socks. And then later on you were going to the dog rescue. Rose was going to the dog rescue, and there's a possibility, just maybe a slim possibility, she might adopt a friend. I don't know. We'll find out. And all right. And then Melissa Carnahan also let us know that she was relaxing and doing laundry today. And that got us to the next portion of the video. And in that part of the video, we featured 2 great posts, one from Sue Ocheski and the other one from Eve Cusack Seal. Hopefully I've got one of those right. My apologies. Then I thank you all for your posts, and I encourage you all to post more on that. And don't forget about that contest. Don't forget about that contest, my friends. And refer. Just get a bunch of people in the group. That's what we want to do. Then that got us to here, and from here, it's directly to the bad jokes. Last night I got thrown out of the casino. Apparently, I completely misunderstood what a craps table is. I just read that it takes 3 sheep to make a sweater. I didn't even know sheep could knit. Did you hear that the Goo Goo Dolls want to join up with Lady Gaga to form a new group? That group's going to be called Goo Goo Gaga. I just bumped into the guy that sold me a globe. It's a small world. Why can't Stevie Wonder see his friends? Because he's married. To the person that lost their phone outside the bar last night, do me a favor and quit calling my new phone. True fact, before the invention of the crowbar, most crows drank at home. I've been prescribed an anti-gloating cream. I just can't wait to rub it in. While watching hockey one night, the wife and I got into a conversation about life and death. I told her there's no way I ever want to be in a vegetative state, dependent on a machine and being kept alive from fluids from a bottle. So she stood up, turned off the TV, and dumped out my beer. What are the oldest animals? Zebras and penguins, because they're both in black and white. Thank you very much, folks, for sitting through those jokes. Thank you very much if you are the folks that come here for those jokes. The folks for the jokes. I don't know, that sounds stupid. But I'm happy that those jokes make people laugh. I want to say thank you again to David Knapp. David Knapp's been providing me jokes for a while, every day, and I really appreciate it. The jokes that David provided me today, I'm going to bring up right away here, folks. Sorry about this. The thrown out of the casino, the craps table jokes, the don't want to be hooked up to a machine in a vegetative state joke, and then I believe takes 3 sheep to knit a sweater. They made me laugh. David, I hope they made somebody else laugh. And David, it makes things easier when you send in those jokes. I really appreciate it. Because as I say every day, the joke segment is the toughest one to make. Not today. The joke segment was the easiest one to make today because it was scripted. The rest of this one, it's been really hard for me to do because I'm so tired. Not because I don't like doing it, folks. I just can't believe how tired I am. I'm just like a baby, eh? So thank you for those jokes, David. And I got a good chunk of them from this great book here. Once again, this is not a paid promotion or anything. I just want to give credit where credit's due. All new dad jokes from the Instagram sensation at Dad Says Jokes. And you know what? I've been using a lot of them, and it's been great. This has been a great purchase. I think this cost me $15. I don't think it cost me $15. I know it cost me $15, but definitely worth it so far. I think nobody's complained about them, and I think they've been pretty good jokes. So to you folks over there, thank you very much. Oh, and folks, I want to tell your jokes too. So if you've got some jokes you want me to tell, why don't you send them in to jokes@wellithoughitwas.com. That's jokes@wellithoughitwas.com. And you know what? If I can use them, I will. And I will not steal your jokes. I will give you credit for them if I use them, I promise. So send those jokes once again to jokes@wellithoughitwas.com. I'm looking forward to seeing them, and I'm looking forward to using them. Thank you so very much, folks. Oh, and don't forget, there's a penguin joke in there. There always is. I'm starting to run out of steam on these penguin jokes because there's only so many penguin jokes. And why am I telling penguin jokes? Well, you know what? My wife got a package of cookies from the UK. Sorry, biscuits. Biscuits from the UK. Called penguins. Penguin biscuits, they're rectangular, kind of a bar-shaped biscuit. It's a larger cookie. They're chocolate coated. They're delicious, but each one is individually wrapped, and each one has a joke on it. A penguin joke. So I started doing those jokes. And I thought it was kind of fun. And you know what? It became a thing, at least a thing for me. So I've been doing one every day, and I've run out of those biscuits. Well, I haven't run out of those biscuits. I've run out of fresh jokes in those biscuits because all the ones that I have the same 6 jokes, which I've used. So I'm hoping someday someone in the UK will see one of these videos and help me out. I've been asking for someone to get in touch with me if they're in the UK, and maybe we'll see if it's possible to get you to ship me some of these biscuits at my expense, of course, at my expense, so I can get the fresh jokes, or even simpler, if you are a consumer, somebody who eats these really, really tasty biscuits, if you can note those jokes for me and send them in to me, that would work just as easy. And you can send those jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwas.com and just let me know that it's a penguin joke. But that's also where you can contact me about setting up this cookie deal, or you can DM me or even leave a message on this video, and we'll make it happen, I hope. So if you can get in touch with me, get me some penguin biscuits, let me know, folks. It'd be a real help. Even better though, McVitie's, that's that company that makes these wonderful biscuits, talking to you. Well, I think I'm talking to you. I'm probably just talking to the ether. But why don't you sponsor the joke segment of my videos? It'd be fantastic. I always tell a penguin joke. I always credit you folks for these penguin jokes. But of course, I make it clear that you're not sponsoring these videos. It'd be so easy for you to sponsor these videos. It would cost you next to nothing. Some biscuits. I know you have to send them across the ocean, but you're a big company. You can do it. And or a bunch of the jokes. Maybe you have a database of the jokes. That'd be fantastic. You're going to get credit for it no matter what. And then when it comes to monetary stuff, come talk to me. It's going to be really cheap, I promise you. Come on, we know there's not a lot of people watching the videos, but we know that's going to change, right? And it'll change with your help, McVitie's. Come on, I'm talking to you. I'm challenging you. Sponsor the joke segment of these videos. I also post the joke segment by itself as a video to YouTube, to Instagram, and now to TikTok. So come on, McVitie's, help us grow. You're going to look good. We're going to look good. It's going to be beautiful. Contact me at admin@wellithoughitwas.com. admin@wellithoughitwas.com. I'm waiting for your email, McVitie's. All right, enough of that stupidity, but hey, I hope it works. Hey, you know what? 2 favors, ask it every day. Do me a favor, try to make somebody laugh. If it's appropriate, you're going to make their day better. I promise. You know what? And you make somebody laugh, you've done something awesome. And we've already discussed the fact that you are awesome. And second favor, try to make yourself laugh, folks. Find something funny out there that makes you laugh. If you can make somebody else laugh, you deserve to laugh too. You're just as important as anyone else. Maybe it'll be on the group here. Maybe it'll be something you see just out there in life. Maybe you'll remember a joke from the past. I hope something makes you laugh, and if it does, you've done me that favor. That's what I'm asking, folks. And hey, if it's particularly funny, why don't you share it with us? We'd love to hear it. All right, folks. Awkward portion of the video, always awkward portion. Gonna make this short too. We've got a donation page. It is a PayPal page where we ask you for 2, 3, or 5 Canadian dollars. Why do I say Canadian? Because if you're in the States, that is significantly less than 2, 3, or $5. Why are we asking for it? Well, you know what? I'm not saying we deserve it, but I put a lot of time into this group, and I expect to put in a lot more time going forward to make it bigger and better. And what do I do when I'm here? Well, we keep the scammers out. We try to make sure that the posts are fresh and not repeats. Yes, some of them sneak through, but we try to make sure that they don't. And if something does get through that's bad, and you let us know, we go and we take it down. We try to be reactive, and that does take time. With 1,100 folks in a group like this, that does take a bit of time. And we expect that it's going to be more time. So if you want to help us out, we do have that donation page. We have a QR code right there. We have it written out on the screen. We also have a clickable link up in our notes there. Any donation will be greatly appreciated, my friends. And 50% of all donations from the 21st of February going forward will go to the Calgary Humane Society. And I do want to say thank you to the folks that have donated to us in the past. We've had Janine Surrett. We've had Gail Countaway, one of my admins actually, which you shouldn't have donated. You're working. I appreciate it though. Melissa Carnahan, of course, and my mom. Embarrassingly, my mom. She raised me. I made her broke for 18 years, maybe more, and now she's supporting me again. That's crazy, Mom. I love you, Mom, but you shouldn't do that. But folks, I do want to make sure that we say thank you to the folks that have donated in the past. And the folks that will donate in the future, we're going to thank you, I promise you. And along those same lines, we've got a fantastic store. You know, I'm wearing this hoodie right now. I think this hoodie looks great. It's really, really warm. It is so soft. And I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. It feels like a hug. It really does. Okay, I know I look ridiculous like this, but honest, man, this is one heck of a great feeling hoodie. It's well made. Of course, you got your pockets there. I think in the UK, I think in Saskatchewan, Canada, we'd be calling this a bunny hug. But yep, fantastic. We've got these in the store. We've got coffee cups. I did a new design for the coffee cup. I've ordered one myself so I can show it off to you. It's still along the same lines, but I think it's a little bit nicer. And that should be here in about a week or so. When I have it, you're going to see it, my friends. We have iPhone cases. We've got tote bags. I'm going to embarrass Rose Glad. I apologize, Rose. She's getting tired of this, I think. She hasn't said that she is, but I wouldn't be surprised. Rose purchased our tote bag. Our tote bag looks fantastic. It's a canvas bag. It's got that great, I think it's a great bit of artwork there. And you know what, Rose? Rose told us not only was it great for carting around groceries, books, but it's also great for carrying your rubber chickens. That's a great endorsement, my friends. Yeah, check out our store. We've got a couple of other items there too. If there's something that you think would look good in the store that you'd like to see, let me know. If I can make it happen, I will. No promises other than the promise to try, my friends. Check it out. Got some great stuff. If you do purchase any of our items, let us know what you think of them. And if you get a chance, send us a photo of you with the items. Like if you got a coffee cup, holding that up in the air. Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to drop that picture down of Rose. If you got that coffee cup, hoist it up in the air. If you're wearing your hoodie, your t-shirts, anything like that, let us know, folks. We want to see it. You're great looking folks, and you're going to look great in these designs. All right, folks, thank you for listening to that spiel. A little awkward for me to do that, but I think it's worthwhile. All right, I'm going to wrap this video up, folks. You have no idea how many takes it took to get this far. And I'm assuming that this is a final take. There's quite a good chance that it won't be. I just want to say thank you so very much, everyone, for being members of Well, I Thought It Was Funny. Thank you for making this group amazing. And, thanks for all your posts. It's just a great place to be. And once again, 1,100 members, that's a great size village, right? Funniest village on the internet, population, you and I, folks. We're funny people, living in a funny place, making people laugh. I love that. And don't forget, we want to grow. We want to get bigger. We do have that contest. It's we're going to try to get to 2,200 members by April 11th. That's basically doubling our membership in a month. That may be unrealistic, but let's try. We've got some great people here that can accomplish a lot. I've already noticed we've had a few members that have come in and they've noted on our landing page, I call it, or one of the persons noted on our landing page, that welcome page that is set up. They said they introduced themselves and they said Melissa Carnahan had suggested that they join the group. That's what I want to see. And the person at the end, assuming we hit the 2,200 members, the person who has referred the most people will also get a shirt. So we're going to do a random draw for a shirt, and then we'll give a shirt away to the person who's referred the most people. This is going to make me broke, folks. But I want to grow. I really want to grow the group, and I think we can do it. I'll have to spread that outside of these videos too, because there's only so many people who watch these videos, right? But I think we can do it. But you know what I should do right now? I should actually get to the end of the video. I want to say thank you so very much, folks, for being here. Thanks for being members. Thanks for making us great. I'm going to be here again tomorrow. Hopefully you're going to be here too. And you know what? I'm going to really try to give you a much better video tomorrow. Thank you for being patient with me. All the love, my friends.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny.
That was funny.